Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Runers. So, on suggestion to revisit the setup, I'm playing a Dryad Mummy. And I don't think I've ever actually been a Dryad Mummy before, but, well, I'm revisiting Dryad. Let's just say that. And Droplet, because Droplet is awesome. I thought this was going to be an event room. Turns out, not. Oh well, not the end of the world. So, I've learned some things, and for those of you that comment on the videos and I haven't responded to you yet, that's because I'm currently traveling. I apologize. I will get to your comments immediately. Oh shoot, the floating brain is screwing with my my aim again. Ammo, what am I thinking? Is that a rat nest over? Yep, that's a pair of rat nets. Well, so sue me for making stupid mistakes here. Now let's go invincible for like 2 seconds, see if I can take out the rat nest. At least rats go down real fast when you're using water, which is super useful, because rat nests suck, they have a lot of health. You'd think, you know, rat nests would go down in a jiffy. Nope. Those things are built like tanks, apparently. Floating brain. Stop messing with my ammo. Wow, it's not only messing with my aim, but it's messing with my brain. Go figure. Okay, so, let's keep going. I think this is an event room. What's this one say? Magic Wrangler. The lone spirits are lost and need help. Herd them back to their native world by coaxing them to their portals while fending off the demon hunter. This sounds really interesting. Let's go. Okay. Yep. Wisp hunter. Nope. Ah. Let's see if I can fend him harder. Okay, he has been fended. He's not been fended long. Oh, this is not easy. Well, okay. I failed that one. Hurting those things is not easiest, but like you get stuck on obstacles and you kind of slide off of enemies. This game doesn't make a whole lot of sense from time to time. I'll revisit that one when I'm a little bit better and really just kind of understand how to do it. Okay, so for those of you that didn't pay attention or didn't know, the benefit of the Dryad is you take twice as much damage, but you recover 80% of it. And this isn't just like the first 80% or the last 80%, whatever. It's all damage you recover slowly. So as long as you don't take too much damage in a very short period of time, you get all that health back. So in reality, you only take 40% of your normal damage, which is actually really convenient. Assuming that, you know, you don't get surrounded by rats and murdered because you're using Fireball like a chump and, you know, Fireball just kind of sucks. Okay, so looks like is everything just, like, tougher in this area? What? I used my mummy ability. Oh, maybe my mummy ability wasn't up and running yet, and that's why it wasn't working. Oh, well, we're getting our health back, and that is good. As long as we're not surrounded by rats again. Oh, shoot. Speaking of rat nest, well, let's just pop this, come on. Okay, we are no longer invincible, but we took a fair amount of health off of the rat nest, which is exactly what we wanted. I'm glad I'm getting back to the point where, getting to the point where I actually use my class abilities, because, let's be honest here, I don't use them nearly as much as I should. Okay, so all we have left is a Novice Earth Mage. Beautiful. And let's open up the map. Looks like we only have one branch. Might only be one. I haven't found any other runes, though, which I actually find a little bit surprising. I haven't gotten that much EXP either, so either what we're going to run into is nothing at all, or we're going to, you know, run into a much longer branch for the rest of the floor. Either way, could be interesting, but I'm hoping we get runes. Ah, there we go. There's a rune. We get a light rune. Sweet. So either way, it's probably going to be beneficial, but either way, also, I really don't want to go down a level with only water droplet. As much as I like it, I'd like to have some amount of, you know, armament for this kind of thing, and I'm desperately opening boxes in hopes that I find something useful. The answer is no. Nothing useful. Well, yeah, well, not the end of the world. Not even close. So, first and foremost, we got the floating brain. Preferably, I'd like to take it out, but at the same time, I'm stuck on barrels, boxes, whatever. Come on, let's murder this thing. Murder. Well, okay, it in fact prevented its own death. I'm impressed with the floating brain. Now, we're getting our health slowly back. I guess the one thing about the getting the health back part is you get it back pretty slowly. Not the end of the world, though. Just gotta, you know, pile some shots into him, pile some shots into eventually him. There we go. Beautiful, and we get all those runes that I was asking for, and we got a pile here, which has a heart in it that I'm not going to pick up, don't need to, don't want to. let's keep going. Okay, so no rune combiners, but there's an interesting thing I want to check. If it's already in your Runedex, does it take a combiner? I don't know. Oh, and skeletons are walloping me. And apparently I can't go invincible for another 15 seconds. I should probably check the cooldown on that sort of thing first, but I'm not so good at that. So let's just ring around the rosy, and hopefully we can take out everybody else. First and foremost, the water mage. There we go. He's down, and nope, not avoiding the skeletons as much as I'd like to. Well, we can crush these. Nope, we can't crush all of them. There we go. Crush that one. Out of the way. Still got hit by the earth mage, but it's not the end of the world, and there's a heart over there, so at the very least we're going to get our health back. Eventually. There we go. Couldn't even pick up that health. I'm an embarrassment. Alright, so... Okay, here's the question. Have I ever combined any of these before? Have we done speed and light? Nope, we haven't done speed and light. Dark and light. Danger zone. I can combine that, so if I believe, unless I happen to have a combiner that I didn't know about. So, if I've combined it ever before, then I can combine it again without having to use a combiner. That's really useful. That's amazingly useful, actually. So, what I'm probably going to do is just pile a bunch of runes into water. Oh, geez. Speed Mage have really fast shots. Good to know. Also terrifying. Have I fought these guys before, actually, come to think of it? I have no idea. I'm not entirely sure why I'm fighting the burrowers. They're far less threatening than a speed mage. Because those speed mages, well, they're hard to dodge. Sort of. Especially like close range if they're ailing at you. If they're aiming at you, you are going to get wrecked. Give or take a little bit. Luckily, mummy mode kind of solves the problem. Realistically, it might have been a flagrant misuse of that ability. I don't care that much. Actually, I do care. I mean, survivability is preferable. That said, there's a rune somewhere. Where is it? Hey, there it is. Earth rune. Good to know. What else do we got? I can do earth, earth, earth. Okay. Nothing particularly useful. Hopefully we can find some more particularly useful things as we go along here. I'd like a lot of water runes, because water spells seem to be nice. Lightning, actually, if we could do another chain lightning, that'd be awesome. But since we're discovering things in the Runedex as we go along here, then the more of these spells we discover, even if, you know, a lot of them are kind of awful and crappy, the more of them I discover, the better off we're going to be for future runs, which I, you know, consider a priority. Really. Unfortunately, that does mean I have to play, you know, quite a lot of episodes of this, but you know what, when it comes down to it, that's really a benefit for you guys more than anything else. I'm gonna put down a damage zone. Well, I mean, it's helpful. If the crawlers were actually, you know, behaving and being in an area that they would fight me, well, there's always this. And the danger zone is already gone. Well, whatever. Note to self, lead. Actually, note to self, bait. Okay, so he's coming. And I should probably turn tab back on. Hey, and this is the last door I could go through. So I did not get nearly as many runes as I wanted to, but we're not that injured and there are plenty of hearts. So overall, I'm going to call it good enough, right? Right. Fortunately, the staircase is on the complete and opposite side of the world, which less appreciable. Now, ideally, this run, main goal, get to first boss, beat first boss, then die. Probably. I mean, if I live farther, then I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. These episodes do run a little bit long just because there's a lot of rooms to clear. And it's kind of like Binding of Isaac. After a while, there's so much. So with luck, we can find some more runes along the way. I guess realistically, I'll just hold out for the next floor. It's not like it's going to make too much of a difference, probably. But I think it's going to be one of those eventually that I will have to bullet size. I will have to eventually actually split these episodes up if they go on too long. Because, well, you know, half-hour episodes are pretty much the max I want to go for. XCOM goes a little bit longer, but that's because the episodes themselves are split up in kind of by nature. But roguelikes, they get a little lengthy. Ooh, it's a big skeleton. Good to know. So let's first put him in a danger zone. Oh, wow. It does a fair amount of damage. With that sword swipe of his, note to self, avoid the crap out of it. And he summons his own. And what did I get slowed by? I don't know. Oh, it was the spiky things that he puts out. Well, that's a problem. Oh, let's just become invincible. And avoid. And avoid, and avoid, and avoid, and avoid. Oh, sweet lordy. This entire place is scary. So, trying to avoid those things as best as possible, but it is not working. There's so many skeletons, too. Jeez. Well, at the very least, I can... Oh, can't do a danger zone. I did a danger zone, but completely forgot about it in trying to avoid the skeletons. This is... Aw, we might not live here. Oh, wait. There's a health pickup. Okay, we got that going for us. Ideally... Oh, hey, we leveled up. Sweet. This is kind of the most inconvenient place for it to drop, but hey. Let's see. Chance on... Okay. Gain 10% damage, but have a chance on spellcaster randomly teleport. That's not actually very terrible. More runes. Cool down a class ability by 7%. Arcane Guardian. Every 15 seconds. Meh. Let's go with 10%. Oh, I killed him. Sweet. So, we're not dead. We're not even close. Beautiful. And I get an entropy rune. Good to know. Those skeletons, kind of mean, especially if you don't have a high damaging spell. Twin Mage. That's interesting. I've never heard of that before. Let's use that. Okay, and I've randomly teleported. Which, oh, that's interesting. It's actually kind of nice for dodging, come to think of it. Because it's barely a teleport, so you can kind of use that to just blink around. It does screw me up a little bit. Like, it actually kind of hurts my eyes whenever it happens, because it's like kind of one of those extreme lag moments that you get from time to time. And it's a bandit. Screw you, bandit. Oh, he was escaping, wasn't he? Well, these are my hearts. Mine. Jerk. Okay, well, let's go through. What is this? Portal Protector. Waves of imps. Assault the prized portal. Must be protected at all costs from the onslaught. Let's come back to this. I need another spell before I want to fight those imps. Because ideally, I would very much like to have, you know, a decent AoE before we go in. Could be wrong about stuff. I should probably check the Runedex to see what spells I can actually make or have made in the past. No rune combiners. It's like, this game doesn't want me to learn any new spells. It's like, no, you know enough. I'm like, but I like knowledge. And it's like, no, you know enough. Oh well, not a big deal. Just gonna go down and go elsewhere. Yeah, looks like you can leave events for later, which I'm very happy about because there are times like this where I just don't want to deal with it. Holy crap. Well, glad I went invincible for that. Because otherwise we would have had some problems. Ooh, that bandit is kind of a problem. Actually, that bat +2 is kind of a jerk, too. Oh, and there are 2 bandits, come to think of it. No, you ain't. That is my water rune. Okay, so we've taken some damage here and there, and that bat is +2 bat, come to think of it. Like, I'm okay with +1 bats, give or take, but +2? Now that's just cruel. And unusual. Okay, well, first and foremost, we've got some crawlers, magnet crawlers, interestingly enough. Well, whatever. Let's go for the bandit first, and we've got our heart over in the other area. Okay, note to self, do not go with the teleporter thing. The extra plus 10% damage is attractive, but in the end, kind of messes with my head. I don't like it. Yeah, like there. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It probably makes for bad footage, too. That said, it kind of has helped me from time to time here. Okay, let's go in here. We don't have any combiners. Do we have double mind? We make mind spike. Mind spike isn't terrible. Nope. I really do not remember. What? Okay, Runedex. Do we have one that says... Okay, let's take off undiscovered. So we've got water, ice. Oh, hail wasn't half bad. Mudslide. Mudslide was alright. And we've got all of the basic ones. So I could actually conceivably get, like, one of the just basic spells. Let's see. So Airwave has knockback. No. Honestly, most of these are kind of worthless right now. What do we have right now that we could make? Not much. We need more runes. We need more runes bad, or a combiner to discover some new things. Unfortunately, the combiners have not exactly been forthcoming, which is kind of a darn shame. Oh well. Let's just hope that some of these, maybe? Come on, defense down. Beautiful. Okay, so, first and foremost, those imps have some interesting spells. They do, like, a rotational spell thing. So it means, as long as I stay away from them, I can actually largely avoid taking damage, which is kind of useful. Ow. Okay, and they also have... Oh, those are the Molten Lights. They were hitting me there. Wow, this entire room is fire-themed. Good to know. I got a fire rune for my trouble, which, actually, kind of good. There are some interesting fire runey things that I want to do. I just have to get around and not die. Because, well, let's be honest here. These guys hurt a lot. Sorry about the background noise. I thought it wouldn't come on right now, but no. Whoa! I've never teleported across the room like that. That's exciting. I was expecting something a little bit more... well, I was expecting something a little bit more short range, but no, sometimes it just really warps you, which actually really cool. Kind of excited about that. And the horrifying noises have stopped. I actually don't really know how loud it is in the background of things, but it's one of those where I generally prefer to record when there's going to be absolute silence in the background. And we get another thing. Ooh. Wild creatures are rising out of these pits. Fill the pits. Does that mean I have to, like, push the boxes? I assume so. We'll see. So, first and foremost, yep, looks like I can... Okay, we took that one out. Good to know. Oh, whoop, Okay, so we've got pits, and the teleportation thing is actually going to screw me over pretty hard here. Well, whatever. Let's just go. I only have 42 seconds to fill the pit somehow. Oh, I can fill it with these. Okay. So here's my problem with this entire sequence of events. That enemy... Oh, shoot. I might not actually be able to get that thing back. But... Oh, God. Yeah, this is... I love the idea of the events, but just... They're busting it up. Yeah, there's no way to complete this event. Because they themselves kill the boxes you're trying to push. Unless you somehow manage to... avoid... Or... I mean, I made it, but... If you notice that piece of rubbish there is pushed up against the side, which, you know, fault of mine, but because it was pushed there, there was no way I was going to complete that thing because of, you know, basic physics. Can't wedge something out. There's no pulling in this game. Ah, that's really obnoxious. Like, as much as I like the events in this game, some of them just feel like skeletons and everything. Some of them just feel poorly executed, and in this case, I mean, it is my fault that I did that, but at the same time, it's one of those, it's just like, I tried, and it got stuck against the side. I don't know, maybe I'm whining. I just hate it when it's one of those, it's like, well, I no longer have any chance, I'm going to try anyway. And I more or less get punished for trying new things. Like, I guess it's one of those where the event doesn't have a difficulty scaler, so it's the first time you've ever run into it. And you're pretty much guaranteed to lose it, if only because it's not set up in a reasonable manner. I don't know. It's hard to say. I hate it whenever I run into a mechanic in a game. Because, like, I don't want to sound like I'm whining here, because I really do love the idea of the events. They make things far more interesting. But the execution pisses me off, and it's like, I hate complaining about games. Like, there are games that I can and will complain about, but if it's a game that I reasonably enjoy, then I actually have a fair amount of problems. Like, I have a fair problem now. Those speedsters suck. I have a fair problem complaining about a game beyond just like, well, that's annoying, or this is, you know, a bad decision. But it's still one of those where it's just like, I intrinsically, even though I am a critic, I'm a constructive critic. I don't want to say like, this is awful, this is bad. It's like, it's a cool idea, but... And the problem is, there's that level of cognitive dissonance where after a while I'm like, am I just whining? I don't know. It's kind of the problem with being a person with opinions, but also being a quote-unquote nice guy. I don't even know. Ow! Oh, that hurts. Note to self, crawlers pain in the butt. And unfortunately my projectiles fly fairly slowly, so it's kind of hard to hit these guys. Luckily they don't heal, as far as I can tell. They might. He might be healing. You never know. Get out of the way, just keep getting out of the way. Okay, he's dead. Let's go through here. Oh, and Dark Mages. Still have not found any new rune combiners, interestingly enough. Have not found any new... That bat just came out of nowhere. Haven't found any new runes either. Or maybe I found a couple. Judging by my inventory, I have a lot of mind runes, which is, I mean, potentially useful, but potentially worthless, kind of depending on whether or not we have anything in our Runedex, and I don't think so. This might actually be one of those games where after a while I just start doing this on my own. Ow! Okay, getting hit by the Dark Bolt actually screws me up pretty substantially. I should kill the bandit. Let's go invincible. Let's solve this problem. Death. Kill that novice Dark Mage, and we're good. Okay, and that's the floor down. We have one more room to go before we can leave. I've gone through 2 floors, and I have yet to find a single rune combiner. That actually flabbergasted me more than a little bit. I was expecting something a little bit more. Also, I think I picked up a water rune a while back, and it actually surprises me a little bit. I haven't bothered to... Jeez, these guys are laying the slow zones all over the place. Well, let's defense down them substantially and continue around. Okay, we've pretty much cleared out the area. Actually, this works pretty well. Let's just get through, and ow, and so much ow. So much ow. Okay, so there we go, we level up. Static skin. After getting hit 11 times, shoot all nearby enemies with electricity. Armor piercing. Critical strikes reduce your... Nope. And fire and water runes. That's tempting. But I'm gonna go with EXP gained by 10%, I think. And realistically, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this run going particularly far. I get the feeling that 10% EXP bonus is going to be more useful to us than increasing our water caps. First and foremost, let's level up Droplet. What does this do? Okay, so Droplet boosts bullet size? Yeah, okay, so by boosting up Droplet, it increases your area of effect. That's cool. And I could potentially just dump a bunch of runes into Danger Zone. That could be interesting, but let's go into the Runedex, look at our creatable spells. Yeah. Okay, we can do Danger Zone, Slow Burn, not useful. Mini Meteor, also not useful. Wow, I have nothing but worthless spells. Great. Well, first and foremost, I should actually go back into the Runedex and look at these. So, can't do that. That one's useless. Mind Spike wouldn't be bad. It's got a long cooldown, though, I think. What's with Droplets? Actually, Mind Spike might fire faster. Either that or I should just do Chaos Bolt. Yep. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a Chaos Bolt, drop it there, and then Chaos Bolt, I believe, does crit chance? Let's see. I don't even know. What's this boost? Arc range. That's an interesting stat to affect. Well, we might actually be tightening down the arc range by doing this, which is useful in an interesting manner. And let's see what happens when I increase... I think its damage amplification went up as a result of the Dark Rune to Danger Zone. Well, either way, good enough for me. Let's go through here. Now we have a couple of extra spells a little bit before Chaos Bolt becomes, effective, but yeah, well, I got stuck. Okay, we've essentially doubled our DPS here, which is kind of exactly what I was hoping for in this situation, because I actually know why I didn't do this earlier. Probably would have saved my keister substantially in a number of sequences. We've got a fair amount of freaking bandits. Oh, he's escaping. And he's dead. Beautiful. Now all we have left are... Oh, wow, more entropy runes. Oh, that's actually kind of good, kind of bad. One problem with entropy rune is the smaller the radius. Actually, that could be useful. That would make it better against a single target, because it's actually focusing on one way. And for a second, I thought I was the cursor, which is a little bit embarrassing. So, let's go down. Floor complete. What can I do? Extra HP, extra water levels, density. I actually know what density does, but we're using a fair amount of water, so let's do that. Go to floor 3. So, interestingly enough, I wonder if increasing... Hey! Okay, so if you notice it says rune level 1, and my bullet size is actually 110%. So by increasing your rune levels on a character-wide basis, it actually increases all of your spells instead of just on a spell-wide basis, which is really, really useful. Okay, so things are wiggling on my screen. The floor? Must be the floor. I wonder what kind of level I'm actually on. Also curious what those, like, weird bits are. I don't know. Whatever, we got some entropy mages. Oh, right, I have 2 spells to cast. And I have a anti-defense zone. Oh, crap, that was a lot of damage. Burrower 2s are nasty buggers. Also, could have been the thing. Okay, well, you know what? It wasn't the thing. I don't even know what the thing was. Well, let's just avoid the... let's avoid boxes. Boxes that we can't see. I can see boxes, like, normally when I'm standing still, but if they are static, not so much so. Okay, so Burrower 2. Seriously concerning, and I'm stuck on everything. Okay, and it's dead, and we get a double combiner. Beautiful. Oh, and Wild Treant is loose. Cool. The heck is... Oh. Oh. That's interesting. So the... Duck. Okay. So the thing about the Wild Treants is they actually... They switch between tree and non-tree form. Okay, yes, this teleporty thing is getting really stupid. Also, earlier I mentioned that if I... Oh, what was I gonna... Oh, yeah. So if I increase the rune level, it increases our bullet size. That's actually false. I got that with leveling up or something like that. Like over here, maybe. I don't know. I thought I got a bonus to our bullet size as we went along. Could be wrong. Anyway, so we've got one double combiner and a lot of runes to get through. Ideally, I'd like to get through Earth and Mind. Mind and Earth. This is either going to be really good or really, really bad. Let's see what happens. Guided... Oh. It's a global cooldown. A little bit on the slow side of things, but what happens when I hit a bunch of targets? Okay. Apparently, that's maybe not so good. Whatever. I'll just assume the Guided Stones actually works pretty well. I'm hoping that it does. And seeing as we've got all of these spells to go with it, I'm going to pump the crap out of it. Actually, I should probably look at what mine does. Is it homing power? Yeah, that boosts its homing power. What's Earth do? Oh, damn it. Oh, of course. So if you look at the thing, it'll actually tell you all of the effects. So in this case, putting Earth runes into Guided Stones increases the damage. I assume I can't put an Earth rune into another spell. Nope. Good to know. What happens with fire runes? I mean, I could make Kindle, but that's stupid. We all know what Kindle does. It's a book reader. Okay, so let's wait for Guided Stones to come back. And... Oh, right. Don't shoot those. Well, that actually shoots fairly quickly, so I'm going to accept that as a good thing, potentially. We'll see if it's any better than Chaos Bolt. I don't know. I assume so. I assume it does crazy town damage, but I could be wrong. The fact that they home in, I'm hoping is going to be a huge help. Because it means I can focus more on avoiding enemies than, you know, shooting specifically at anything. Oh, shoot, that Wild Hunter is messing with my stuff. Okay, so, I think the answer is yes. Guided Stones is, in fact, a very good thing. Could be wrong here, but it looks to be just clobbering through everybody. Yep, okay. That is definitely worthwhile as far as spells go. I mean, could be less so, but it's one of those where you can actually upgrade your damage as you go along. So I'm going to call that good enough. I'll just fire a bunch of rocks in here. Now, the one problem is the speedsters are really screwing with my Guided Stones. So my Guided Stones will go for the, you know, closest thing. Which, in this case, it's Speedster, and it's, you know, super fast flying speed. Not so much, though. So I can definitely... that's awful. Okay, so I can see the benefit of not using Guided Stones. They do a lot of damage, but they are downright useless against a very quick enemy like that. So let's let Chaos Bolt come back. Oh, right. That's why the cooldown is there. So you can't hot switch spells on the fly without some level of penalty. There we go. Okay. So, Guided Stones I think I'll keep for left alt. I'm going to have to assume that that's going to actually work out well for us here. I do really wish that you could press down alt and it would fire while you're clicking. But no, apparently the game can't handle that for some reason. Oh, it's hit list. Linked with kill all enemies in order marked. This is going to be hard. I don't know what the hell that means. Okay, we're probably just going to flat out lose this one. Yep, we are. Or at least we're not going to win the thingamabob, but, like, seriously, I couldn't even tell what the mysterious way was. So in the end, just killing them all is going to have to be close enough. Mind Mage. Stop messing with my stuff and just die. Okay, so we're on level 3, which is good. I was expecting things would end up far worse by this point. Let's just fire some rocks off into the distance. I'm just going to mash everything at once, actually, because it should be able to get around all of the cooldowns. Nope, it doesn't. Well, it'll have to do. So I have to mash a little bit slow. Wow, that was a teleport. Yup, and oh, not everything is working out here. have to say. Well, close enough. I'm going to put guided runes back on. I'm actually going to do maybe Chaos Bolt and Guided Stones. That might be a good combo to work with here. Fortunately, I don't have any spells because they're all cooling down. Because Chaos Bolt's going to give me the randomization that I need, and the rocks are going to give me the damage that I need. Like, the Chaos Bolt should be able to take out things like speedsters without as much complaint. Whereas, you know, the Droplet, as much as I like it, does not have the range. Actually, none of my spells have good range. Well, I'll just have to assume that this is going to work. If it doesn't work, well, then, I'm going to blame, everything. Actually, this seems to be working pretty well. Because I have long range, note to self, don't walk through that. Long range, fair amount of damage, and I don't have to worry about my accuracy as much because the rocks will just fly straight into my enemies. And Dark Spirit went into weird mode for a little while there. Okay, well, we level up, so we can do random enemy, takes damage we take, obtain 10 experience on combining a single spell, 25 double, 40 triple. Grizzly Intellect. 10 max HP for a cooldown reduction. Or... let's do it. This is probably stupid, but I've reduced our maximum health in favor of shooting faster. Wow, that might have actually made quite the difference with Chaos Bolt. Could be wrong. Well, let's hope it doesn't screw me over too much. These bats are messing with my head. Luckily, managed to largely avoid all problems. Okay, so I think the short of the answer here. Oh, and that these bandits are leaving. And I want my stuff. Well, okay, they didn't leave completely. Good. And apparently there's a hell portal in the corner, which is inherently concerning. Yeah, those rocks are definitely going to boost my DPS, which is exactly what I was hoping for. And now I can combine that whenever I want, which is perfect. Means I don't need a double combiner all the time. Just need a double combiner whenever it's something new. But now that I'm actually getting some combos that I like, well, then I can be a little bit more conservative, which is perfect. So we got a Frozen Knight, not so big of a deal. Just gotta rock him to death. Like, honestly, these rocks just... What the heck is with the knights? They're not bothering with me 90% of the time. They just kind of ignore my existence up until the fact that I hit them, at which point then, whoa! Then they come a-calling. But even then, it's kind of a limited thing. And they're dead. Perfect. So this is actually working out pretty well. Gotta say, I would love to try, like, speed fire at some point. Maybe speed water? Maybe? I don't know. Speed runes are definitely ones that I want to mess around with a little bit. Let's use a Dark Zone. Whoa. God, the sound effects whenever I kill them. It's weird and disorienting. Okay, well, I'll have to deal with it. So, just gotta get around, not die. All of these things are happening. This is actually working out pretty well. Dryad is definitely helping with the survivability. We definitely last longer. We're full up on our hearts. Is this going to be the boss room? We've got to be getting close to a boss room of some sort. Oh, it's the weird water slimes. They're slimes. Oh, and I'm stuck on the things. So ideally, would like to take out the necromancers first. Ooh, that's a lot of skeletons. Okay. Well, okay, damage zones. Oh, jeez, that's so much damage. Yeah, do not get stuck on skeletons. Ideally, take out the drops first. Maybe, give or take. Interestingly enough... Oh, freaking bandits. Okay, that bandit is dead. Didn't make it away with all my stuff. Got the other one. Wow, he had a lot of stuff, and I immediately walked into one of the lightning zones, and the jumpy teleportingness. Okay, yeah, I'm never doing that again. It's not worth the 10% damage. Not in a million years. I figured it would be like a cheeky teleport. Not a... Oh, it's because I'm using, like, Chaos Bolt. I bet if I was using something a little bit on the slower side of things, well, then it wouldn't be nearly as distracting, but the fact that I'm using such such low cooldown spells, well, it makes it that I'm jumping around like a hyped out something or other. Okay, so I got one double combiner, a bunch of speed runes and fire. A bunch of light and fire, actually. Well, when in Rome, what happens when I do this? No idea. Firebrand. Powerful flame, high damage, and leaving a lasting burning effect. Well, I'm going to have to hope that it's better. Goodbye, Droplet. Oh, wait, no, I can store droplet. Okay, so I'm going to hope that it's good, because as it stands, I'm going to put a butt ton of points into it. And with luck, might actually be good. What's the global cooldown? Actually, global cooldown's pretty fast, so we might actually have a pretty good spell on our hands. Or it could be totally awful, but I hope between the two of them, this is going to work out well. And let's boost up Guided Stone's damage by a fair amount as well. I'm going to wish I had used speed as part of all of this, but it doesn't matter. So, I think this is a boss. Okay, it's Eyezilla. Oh, geez, does the fire spell really have that kind of cooldown? Yep, does. Okay, well that sucks. Why is... But global cooldown is 1 second. Weird. I think I might have found a bug of some sorts, because the fire sword's global cooldown is horrifyingly long. Let's put a damage zone on these guys and see if I can hit him with that fire zone. Okay, ow, whoa, well. That was fast. I mean, to be fair, the extremely high damage laser. So, one inaccuracy I ran into. When you're playing the Dryad, you don't take double damage, you actually take triple damage. It's an additional 200%, which actually kind of sucks. But I can see how it would be really useful, but against the eyeball that does like so much damage, well, not a whole lot of options there. But also, that fire support sword has a 4-second global cooldown and a 10-second normal cooldown, I think it is, which is actually flopped. It shouldn't be like that. I might have to talk to the developers about that, unless, you know, I'm totally reading it wrong, but I don't think I am. You guys tell me if I missed it somehow, or if there's actually a reason, or if it's just mislabeled. Either way, we got to the boss, which is exactly what I was hoping for, except for I was hoping we beat them. We did a fair amount of damage. We did a high amount of damage. But that laser, well, against a Dryad, apparently Dryads are weak to lasers. I don't even know. Either way, I will see you guys on the next episode of Runers. And as always, thanks for watching me die.